on Passion Planet. Okay. Okay, we're officially live, guys. So let's give it a second. Give me one more minute. I'm just going to let everyone in the rooms know we're live, and then we're going to take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the broadcast now. Just wanted to, take a second because some people are going to be coming in. I just shared it on all the, give me 1 second. Yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. Mike from New York. We're here with Marlene and Jenna Lee, which they're going to have a second to introduce themselves. But I just wanted to start with thank you for taking the time and, spending the time with us to touch a little bit on meditation, which is important to a lot of people around the planet. But more importantly, here, what we're doing at Passion Planet, we believe in holding space for people, and this is something we've been trying to develop for a long time. So I just wanted to start with Jenna Lee, who's amazing. She's going to be leading the guided meditation today. I just wanted to really briefly start with explaining what meditation means to me, and then Marlene's going to say a little bit about to her and Jenna Lee to her. But the theme of our this episode, or our first episode, is going with the flow. And, we want to really tie what's happening globally also into, just letting go and how important that is to detach. And it's why meditation has always been so important to me, trying to be still and trying to hold space for the things around you and, what's happening on this earth. So with that said, it's just be short and sweet. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to exploring and meditating and going within more and more with each and every one of you. So thank you. And with that said, Mike from New York, I'm going to go on to Marlene.
Hi, I'm Marlene from Florida, and welcome. Meditation to me is an opportunity for me to go within, to bring the love into my heart, and to be able to spread it out without through the world. It's just amazing. It's a very healing experience for me. Thank you.
No problem. And Jenna Lee, go ahead. Oh, Marlene, where are you from really quick? Marlene, where are you from? Just so the viewers
I'm from Florida. Thank you.
Yeah, Jenna Lee.
I'm Jenna Lee, and I'm coming from northern Canada. And meditation is part of my everyday life. I try to bring my meditation practice into all aspects of my daily routine and daily life. I've been meditating for over 10 years consistently, and I've been teaching meditation for about 6 years now. I'm very passionate about meditation and the benefits. On a physical level, obviously bringing focus onto our breath, we can reduce stress levels, we can relax, we can clear out toxins through focusing on the breath, because the breath is one of our best natural detoxifiers. Spiritually, it also is that gap, and it bridges kind of the earth with the heavens. So whatever that means to you, whether you believe in God or the universe, or simply if you're just believe in energy, because everything is energy, and we all have that within us, and that's what everything is made out of. So if that's simply your thought process, then it's just bridging that oneness and that energy that you are with the energy that everything is made out of and everyone is made of, and just connecting to the higher you helps you connect to the higher self and everybody else, and see that you're not actually separate, which is a beautiful gift I think that meditation brings for us.
And wow, you hit it like head on the nail. I mean, and I gotta tell you, ever since Jenny, I mean, I've known Jenny personally going on a year and a half now. She's been in and out of the rooms and helped us develop when we first started this crazy venture to just open up the doors of unconditional love and, you know, drop the divisions and the boundaries. And I think it's time to finally, you know, go inward. And, you know, I just wanted to touch on something a little bit, Jenny, what you were talking about before we launched actually going live on the broadcast about going with the flow, and just how you were talking about how, you know, everything happening in the world, it's important to have a place or something, an outlet to just let go. So if you want to expand on that a little bit more before we hold space for whatever it is you feel, you know, we should hold space for before we start the guided meditation, I just really wanted to touch on that a little bit and what you think about it.
Sure. So in the yoga community or the spiritual community, there's often this idea that we go with the flow, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to go with the flow. And we tend to kind of relate that to this passive behavior that we're going to bend over backwards, or that we're not going to have a voice, or we're not going to express ourselves or stand up for ourselves, that maybe there's no strength in that going with the flow allows us to kind of bend and just go wherever the wind blows us. But in reality, when we study water or the river itself, which definitely is going with the flow, what nature has taught us is that the wind does not move the river. The depths of the river, the current, is what moves the river. It's the depths of your being that move you, not the wind. And so if we can kind of relate this to what's going on in the world, if we're constantly going in and bringing inner peace and happiness on an internal level, and we're focusing on our internal well-being and our spiritual well-being, mental, emotional, physical health, and we're all around creating this inner sanctuary within us, then it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter what's being threatened worldwide. None of that matters, because what matters is that you're bringing your inner world to the exterior world, not the exterior world affecting your inner state. And so I think if there's this reversal, and if we actually learn that going with the flow is allowing our depths to move us, but also to be strong. And we kind of understand that when we also watch the river, like it's water and it's very fluid and flowy.
Yes.
And at times it's so still, like at times when you actually watch the river, on the surface, it looks like there's no movement at all. But there's this beautiful undercurrent that kind of drives us. And it's like that purpose, that drive, that passion that's in the depths of our being. And if you can find that within yourself and stay on this path, you can carve through rock if that's what you need to do to accomplish your mission. So it's just about maintaining that inner sanctuary and knowing that there's a strength in that, knowing that when you're moving from the depths of your being, that you can be strong. Doesn't mean you have to let the wind push you over. It doesn't mean you have to be a pushover at all. You can, like, the most fluid thing in the world can cut through mountains to get to where it needs to go. So just to kind of reword and rethink about the phrase "go with the flow" and really understand what that means.
It's a way of alignment. It's a way to align ourselves, and more importantly, that's how we get in tune with that deep self, is through the stillness and through the holding space. And that's why I love it, and I think it's beautiful. And I couldn't have worded it any better myself. So with that said, Jenny, I mean, I'm just a little at odds to what we want to hold space for. Like, I really want to make sure it's the right thing, and I want the viewers to know that we didn't really decide that too much going into the call. We kind of wanted to let it decide. So I think we should go with just the term going with the flow, and not letting the political or economical or even your personal, physical, whatever's holding you back and you feel is your challenge, don't let that get in your way. Don't, you know, and I understand what Jenny is saying so much with not letting the wind blow you over, or thinking that it's a perfect destination. There is will involved here. And the will, what we're trying to do is we're trying to put that will to going inward and to sharing it and to holding the space for others. So that said, generally, I mean, what do you think? We should just hold space for going?
Yeah, so I think if we're going with the flow here, I would think that perhaps we could invite the intention of, I am going with the flow of life with an open heart and open mind for my highest good and the highest good of all. So that would be the intention that I would invite you for today's practice. Of course, you're always open to set your own intentions. If you have something that works for you, then by all means, but that will be the collective intention for tonight's meditation.
Perfect. So on that note, let's just give a minute to let the music play while people see the, you know, the graphic in the background. It shows, you know, it shows the river. It shows the river flowing and how beautiful nature really is. So let's just literally hold the space in our hearts right now and do the best we can to be still in our minds, you know, for those out there to find their flow and to challenge themselves and to stand up for themselves, as Jenny said. So with that said, let's just give a moment of silence.
Now that we've had a moment of silence, we're going to begin the meditation. So begin by taking a deep breath in through your nose, pulling the air down to your belly, feeling your belly rise, exhaling out of your mouth. You can relax your eyes and close them if you'd like, or leave them open, whatever you're comfortable with. Taking a second breath in through your nose, breathing even more life into your being, pulling the air down to the depths of your belly, feeling your belly rise even more, and exhaling out of your mouth gently. For this third cleansing breath, you're going to pull as much air in, pull as much of this beautiful life into your belly, feeling it all the way down, feeling your belly rise and holding it for a moment at its fullest, and then exhaling out of your mouth with a gentle sigh. You can then allow your breath back to its natural rhythm. This is whatever pace is comfortable for you. Feeling your belly rise, maybe feeling your chest rise with your belly. Just really begin to take a moment to study your own breath. Breathing in and out at your own pace. With each breath, I invite you to bring more and more relaxation into your body. Letting go of everything that happened before this moment, forgetting about what you have to do after, and I really just invite yourself to be as present as you can for this gentle 10-minute meditation. Again, bringing your attention back to your breath, in and out. Perhaps noticing if certain areas, if the air flows more gently. Just really noticing your breath in your body and where your breath naturally moves. It is about awareness, not about judgment. So to let go of any judgments you have Your breath is perfect, just as it is. You are perfect, just as you are. Continuing to relax more and more. Breathing in and out. You then begin to see a beautiful, crystal clear, warm lake in front of you. And you begin to walk through the soft, warm sand until your toes are met with the water's edge. You know that you are safe, and you feel a pull to this warm, beautiful lake. You allow yourself to go further and further into the water until you feel yourself being swept up, and notice that you are now floating perfectly on the surface of the water. You are weightless and supported by this beautiful body of water underneath you. You look side to side and notice that you can look all the way down to through the depths of the water. You can see this gentle movement under you. And you just relax more and more and allow yourself to float on top of the water, feeling the beautiful sun shining down on you, filling you with its beautiful golden rays. You can feel this bubble form around you. It's a bubble protecting you, keeping you safe. And with each ray of the sun that beats down on you, you can feel yourself being filled with this gold light energy. Crystalline energy continues to fill this bubble, and you feel it within every cell of your being. And with each exhale, you feel yourself getting lighter and letting go of all that no longer serves you. Each inhale, feeling this golden light filling you more and more. And as you exhale, you let go of any energy that is not of your highest good at this time. Continuing to do this, you begin to feel lighter and lighter. And you start to feel that as you're floating on top of the water, there's this gentle movement, a gentle current, a knowingness from deep within you that you are safe and you are being guided to go exactly where you need to go at this time. The water starts to gently move you. And as you start to flow through this lake, you realize that you're now going into this narrow river, still safe, continuing to breathe, bringing ourselves back to this breath. And as you start to flow down the river, you notice that you're moving a little faster and a little faster. You know deep within yourself, you can feel it in your heart that you are exactly where you are meant to be at this time. Everything in your life has brought you to this moment. You have a purpose, and you can feel it in every cell of your being. You have a trust within you that where the river is guiding you is perfectly divine, and just for you. And the river continues to flow, and you weightlessly allow yourself to be guided, trusting, surrendering, feeling the sun still warming you with every inhale. And as you continue to flow, you feel yourself moving faster and faster. And eventually, you get to the edge. Beautiful waterfall. You know that this bubble surrounding you, absolutely safe. You know that your divine purpose awaits for you on the other side of this waterfall. And so you relax and breathe, surrender, and as you meet your edge, you completely let go. You feel yourself free falling, not knowing what's on the other side, but just trusting that knowingness within your being. And as you go down the waterfall, you find yourself safe and protected in this bubble. And you're pulled into the depths of the waterfall. And you know your purpose. Take a moment to breathe in this beautiful bubble, a safe, serene place filled with golden, divine energy. Take a moment and sit in your bubble, allowing it to rise up to the surface of this beautiful new place that you have landed, and allowing yourself to sit in this knowingness for just a moment, reconnecting with yourself, with the purpose within you. Bubble is now floating in these calm, beautiful waters. At the bottom of the waterfall, you feel yourself gently drifting back to the water's edge, stepping out onto the sand. You feel cleansed and renewed. You feel a renewed sense of purpose, a renewed sense of trust in the universe. You are divine. You are passion. You are going with the flow of your life for your highest good and the highest good of all. Perhaps you take a moment to give thanks to yourself for going into the depths of your own waters, breathing with yourself, for sitting with yourself. This perfectly divine place within you is not going anywhere. You can come back at any time. And within that knowingness, You begin to bring yourself back into the room that you are in. Gently start to move your fingers and your toes. Perhaps moving your head from side to side if that feels good to you. Just bringing your awareness further and further back to this room, back into your body. I am grateful for each and every one of you who have joined us today. I am thankful and honored to have been given the opportunity to guide you. And from the highest place in me, I honor the highest place in you. Namaste.
That was absolutely awesome, Jenna Lee, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. And that concludes our first episode here. Before I do go, I just want to say one really quick thing, and that's thank you guys for Marlene and Jenna Lee for taking the time out of your day, to spend it with us here and to, just give intention and hold space for those who are less fortunate. And any of you out there who's not part of Passion Planet or doesn't know what we're doing here, what we're really trying to do is we're trying to develop a real system of synchronized meditation around the world so that all of us, including those who want to actually do this and step up and really give guided meditations, we have a website up. You could, jump on there and get involved in our chat rooms and actually get behind the scenes and help us develop this room and what we're doing. But either way, if you just want to tune in, watch or rewatch, I'm sure I'm going to rewatch you. You had me going out there for a second, big time, Jenna Lee, and I love what you do.
Yes, it was wonderful.
I love what you do. I love what you do from New York. Much love. If there's anything anyone else wants to say, go ahead, jump in and grab the mic.
Much love to everyone. Thank you again. I love you all. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right, that concludes the broadcast. I will talk to you guys later.